As we mentioned on a previous occasion, Roblox is more than just a game. It's more like a gaming platform that gives all users an avatar and the liberty to write and code their own scenarios with any degree of complexity that they can manage. While some of these creations are short and experimental, others are full-blown wide-scale projects that are more akin to complete games. However, with a library of Roblox games as expansive as this, how can we tell which games are the best to play? Moreover, with so many genres, it's really difficult to know where to start. Well, you won't have to worry anymore because, in the next few minutes, we'll be listing the top 10 Roblox upcoming 2021 games you need to play so you won't have to waste countless hours finding the best ones. Let's begin. Number 10. Adopt Me. You'd be hard-pressed to argue that Adopt Me by Dreamcraft isn't a contender for the single biggest game on Roblox right now. Though it's aimed at a slightly younger audience than most games on the platform, it's understandable if older players want to see what all the fuss is about, not to mention that, due to the heavy emphasis on microtransactions, parents may want to vet this title, pun intended, before their kids play. Adopt Me is a role-playing game ostensibly about parents and their adopted children, but the real focus of the game these days is on collectible pets. At this point, the roster of pets has expanded far beyond the cute mainstream of dogs and cats, and you can now adopt almost any animal your heart desires, up to and including sea creatures, as part of the game's partnership with the Whale and Dolphin Conservation Charity. Other big-name crossovers have included a Scooby-Doo event, and if that's not proof that this game has serious credentials, I don't know what is. Number 9. Aqualina Water Park. For my fellow committed water babies who are facing the prospect of a second summer in a row when they can't enjoy a good swim, Aqualina Water Park might well be the healthy dose of escapism you didn't know you needed. Meet up with friends in this affectionate recreation of the water parks of yore. Aqualina Water Park is both a social hub where you can just hang out with other players and the home of an ever-increasing series of water park-themed minigames, the latest of which was added in an update at the beginning of this month, July 2021. This good-looking game by the Rivali is so lovingly detailed that you'll briefly forget how long it's been since you visited the real thing. Number 8. Brookhaven RP. At just over 1 year post-launch, Brookhaven RP by Wolfpack is fairly young for a Roblox mainstay, but it's quickly starting to give even Adopt Me a run for its money as the platform's favorite game. Like many popular Roblox games, Brookhaven RP is classed under the town and city genre, a Sims-like game that combines customizable building systems with slice-of-life RPG gameplay. Unlike many others of its type, Brookhaven RP encourages players to jettison the platform's cutesy stylings and focus on building a luxurious life for their avatars. A recent update added themed houses for groups of players to role-play in together, such as college-style Greek houses. This young adult-oriented fantasy fulfillment is a perfect example of Brookhaven RP's unique selling point as a slightly more mature take on Roblox RPGs. Number 7. Easy Obby. Obstacle courses, or obbies, are a Roblox cornerstone and quite possibly the most populous, unofficial genre on the platform. With so many obbies competing for players, Roblox creators often outdo themselves in putting together the most fiendish courses they can think of. Easy Obby by its DKNX is the complete opposite. It focuses on bright, colorful fun over making you tear your hair out, and as such makes an excellent introduction to the obby genre if you're a new player, or just a more relaxing experience if you're looking for something to chill out with. It's only been around since November 2020, but Easy Obby already has 50 stages and is still receiving regular content updates inspired by community feedback. It's a great place to get involved with a smaller but rapidly growing Roblox community. Number 6. Murder Mystery 2. No discussion of the best games on Roblox right now would be complete without mention of Murder Mystery 2 by Nicholas. It's been around since 2014 and is one of the older games on the platform that's still actively supported. Its recent resurgence in popularity is probably at least in part down to the social deduction trend brought on by last year's Among Us renaissance. Fans of social deduction games will be familiar with the basic concept. Each round players are secretly assigned a role, either murderer, sheriff, or innocent. The murderer aims to eliminate innocents and evade the sheriff. The sheriff aims to take down the murderer, and up to 10 innocents try to evade the murderer and aid the sheriff. There are a lot of games of this type doing the rounds these days, but Murder Mystery 2 has been at it for a long time and this pedigree shows. It's a genuinely engaging experience that can give Among Us a run for its money in terms of tense social standoffs and unexpected moments of hilarity. Number 5. Flee the Facility. For a platform aimed primarily at preteens, Roblox has a surprisingly good line in genuinely creepy horror games. It was hard to pick just one. My runners-up for inclusion on this list included titles inspired by The Purge and, curiously, Peppa Pig, but in the end I had to show some love for Flee the Facility by AW Apps. The overall vibe of Flee the Facility will be familiar to anyone who's sunk way too many hours into the SCP Wiki and its accompanying fan games. But there's also a certain Evil Dead / Friday the 13th vibe to the latest update, which celebrates the game's 4th anniversary by adding a spooky summer camp map. Gameplay-wise, it's a case of evading various monsters as you unlock exits, with the eventual aim of, you guessed it, fleeing the creepy research facility. It's a bit of a greatest hits trip through all the biggest horror game tropes of the past few years and has obviously been designed with a lot of love for the genre. Number 4. Royal High. There are quite a few games on Roblox that have either spawned their own tie-in toy line or feel like they ought to have. Disappointingly, Royal High doesn't have its own doll series yet, but the aesthetic and gameplay is on point for fans of Barbie, Bratz, Monster High, or Lego Friends. If you struggle to choose between playing as a minor royal or playing as a cute creature of the night, Royal High by Call Me Bob encourages you to try your hand at being both. It's part boarding school RPG, part supernatural adventure game, and it encourages you to balance your character's responsibilities of completing schoolwork, maintaining friendships, and developing their magical powers. With a regular calendar of updates, including seasonal events and frequent new minigames, Royal High goes far beyond its initial dress-up premise and is surprisingly easy to sink a lot of time into. Number 3. Epic Mini Games. Not every Roblox experience needs to be tied to a central theme. If you're looking for something casual to play but don't want to spend hours trawling through different titles, Epic Mini Games by typical type might be what you're after. As the title suggests, this game is made up of a wide variety of small games, 111 at the time of writing, which share a leveling and currency system, but are otherwise unconnected. You earn coins as you play that you can exchange for in-game cosmetics rewards, but the main emphasis is on short fun experiences rather than long-term role-playing. Number 2. Work at a Pizza Place. It's been around since 2008 and is nearly as old as Roblox itself. No mean feat on a platform that's changed almost beyond recognition in its 15-year lifespan. Work at a Pizza Place by Dude One is the definition of an old favorite, never straying far from Roblox's most played list. This is another Sims-like RPG with a key difference. Instead of choosing your character's job, you and other players in the server take on the roles of a group of colleagues who work at the titular pizza place. You'll need to work together to keep the place running smoothly and make your customers happy. Do an honest day's work for an honest day's pay, and at the end of it your character can go home and upgrade their house with nicer furniture and other personalized improvements. Number 1. Hide and Seek Extreme. Sometimes the simplest concepts really are the most fun, and Hide and Seek Extreme by Tim7775 brings the popular playground pastime to Roblox with very few changes. One player per round is randomly assigned the role of it, and their job is to find the other players, all of whom are tasked with hiding. That's not to say that there are no improvements. The IT player can equip special abilities to help them uncover their friends' hiding places more easily. This alone makes it demonstrably superior to real-life games of hide and seek, since it's my experience that real-world skill boosts are a lot harder to come by. The charming game maps are all based around giant-sized versions of everyday domestic locations like kitchens, living rooms, and tool sheds. The whole game just looks really nice and is great, simple fun to play with a few friends. With that, we end this video. Don't forget to join in next time for more of such interesting content.